Hi, I'm Sigan Wish, and today I want to talk about how responding to drama begets drama. Now, I have several friends who claim that they don't like drama, but they still interact with it, and then they get more drama from that. And for some people I know, it's part of building their brand. Like, they stay in drama and stay in controversy to draw attention to themselves so that they can then draw attention to their work so they can get people to buy their music or buy from their shop or whatever, what have you. And then there are people who claim that they don't like drama, but they always find themselves getting swept up in it and they don't understand why. And I understand that it sounds a little bit gaslighty to say, well, if people are bullying you, just ignore it and they'll go away, because that's kind of a load of bull. Like, people are going to be rude whatever you do if they're rude people. But on the other hand, if you keep giving them ammunition and if you keep adding fuel to the fire, they're going to take that fuel and they're going to burn the house down with it eventually. And like pretty much anything can be controversial. All right. I'm a pretty laid back person, I think, but I've gotten involved in controversy before. Like, I've been witch hunted on LiveJournal for using like the wrong choice of words. Tumblr, same thing. Um, and even on Facebook, somebody recently was convinced that I was a racist misogynist because I agreed with someone's viewpoint that we should judge people as individuals and not automatically see them as more vulnerable due to their race or gender presentation. And the person I was agreeing with was, I don't know if this matters, but was an Indian American woman, and the person who was trying to call me out was a white girl, who accused me of being like an ignorant white girl. And here's the thing is I'm half Asian. I don't think that should make a difference, but to some people it does. And I've also gotten in trouble on Facebook for, memes like I put the hot in psychotic when I was like 20 and cringy. And someone was like, you shouldn't say that unless you actually suffer from psychosis. And for me, it's like, that's really personal. That's between me and whatever mental health professionals I'm working with. That's not something I need to disclose to you to make a joke. Okay? And we shouldn't like force people to out themselves or share their medical history so that they can make jokes and memes. That's a little extreme. That's like kind of bullying and language policing, and I don't really like that. And I am aware that like any opinion that I have could be considered controversial, and that people can take issue with me over anything and everything, and they have. And in the past, I did used to respond to it quite a lot. Now I realize it's kind of more worth my time to just either I'll tell them you are factually incorrect and this is why, or I will delete the comment and just move on, or delete the comment, rant to my friends, and make an angry blog post about it, or whatever. Um, so I don't really get in a whole lot of arguments anymore. There have been instances where someone has decided to be like super edgy or super political at me, and I just told them, hey, could you please quit it, because this is supposed to be something that I interpreted as wholesome, and I would like to keep the conversation about this wholesome. Thank you very much. If you have a problem with what this is saying, you can share it on your own wall and make a point about it yourself. And then, of course, Father's Day is a huge thing for me. I just started, like, whenever somebody starts spewing their daddy issues about, you know, and ruining everybody else's day when I've asked them not to, I just play Sorry About Your Parents by Icon for Hire. But there was this really useful thing I heard from another YouTuber. I can't remember their name, but it was something their therapist had said when they said, if someone doesn't like you, what you need to ask yourself is how much can you tolerate being misunderstood? And for me, the answer is not a lot, but it happens. Like, I usually do feel the need to explain myself in some way or to point out this is factually incorrect, or like if someone's calling me, you know, like a retard or something and I have someone with an intellectual disability on my friends list, I'll say, hey, you don't have to like me, but please don't call me something that can harm, you know, these other people who have not done anything to hurt you and who can see this and who have every right to exist on the internet without, you know, being casualties in like your conflict with me, you know. that sounds that sounds a little weird. I don't know how much sense I'm making. Like I'm still healing from my surgery and I'm detoxing from all the meds I was on, the painkillers and the antibiotics. It has not been pleasant, you guys. I don't want to share too much information about that, but um yeah, so I'm not completely in my right mind, but anyway, the reason that nobody knows that much about my band is like I'm really bad at promotion. Like I will promote something like if I've just finished the song, I'll upload it and then I'll share it and then I'll kind of forget about it, but it's kind of down to my bandmates to like create the presence or to keep that kind of going. And also like if I say or do something that someone finds controversial and they call me out on it, I don't always respond to it, so I'm not really like relevant as far as like I'm not trying to use controversy to become famous or to enhance my brand. And I also don't really let it like okay, so my upcoming album is I'm a manager for I should be posting this on my band account, but I'm a manager for a band and my alter ego is a lead singer, so it's also me, and her slash my stage name translates to crazy bitch, which is what people have been calling me since like middle school. Super creative. And then the band name is Crazy Loser in a Box after that's basically what my father-in-law called me like 6 years ago, and I was like, that's a really good name for a band. Yeah. So that's kind of how I deal with controversy, is like laughing it off, or people insulting me. I'll just like, you know, if I can turn it into a joke, I do so. If it really upsets me, like I said, I'll write an angry blog post about it. I'm going off the rails here. I was saying something. Oh yeah. But I don't really use it to keep my band relevant, and I also don't really use it like I don't allow people causing drama at me to make me stop what I'm doing. Like if I believe in what I'm doing, because I do it for the fun of it, you know. And if somebody wanted to like do something really mean and hurtful, like they wanted to slander me in some way, and then like try to bully me into taking down my, you know, my albums or whatever. Yeah, I have an upcoming album. It's called Daddy Issues. And it's basically like a bunch of songs that I wrote when I had a crush on my husband's father. Yeah, so that happened. And I was like, you know, maybe some people will be able to relate to the lyrical content of some of this, even if it's kind of weird. And I'm just gonna like produce these songs and put it out there. It's actually some of my best work. I'm actually really proud of it. But if like I can't let what his opinion of that would be, or what he's gonna say to the rest of the family about it, affect the fact that I want to produce these songs and put them out there. I can, however, let the fact that I'm recovering from oral surgery and can't sing prevent me from finishing the last 3 songs and releasing the album. But like I just think that you can't let other people determine what you do with your art. That has to be, you have to do it for the love of your art, and even if monetization is a concern for you, um like you can probably find people who are willing to sponsor you, who will be willing to buy it anyway, or even people who will see the controversy and be like, wow, this person is creating drama about this poor soul for no reason. I think I'm gonna go support this poor soul, or whatever. You know, you don't have to like stop what you're doing. You know, you don't have to stop the release of your album. You don't have to pull down. I did pull down Freckles, but that was just because Freckles kind of sucked. And I did redo a couple of songs because someone pointed out that the background audio that I was using was not actually my audio, so I had to compose something myself. So, but The best ways to deal with controversy are to either lean into the drama and let it carry what your project and let it support you, or pull away from the ow. Don't do what I just did. Don't bang your elbow on the drama. Or like pull away from the drama, ignore it, and just let people be stupid. Anyway, that is all I have to say about that. This ran a little longer than I wanted it to, but I didn't want to do it live because I keep getting distracted when I do live. So, anyway, cheers.